Over 5 centuries BC, the great Chinese philosopher Confucius said, 富而可求也，虽直边之事，无以为之. Which means, I would pursue wealth so long as it could be obtained legitimately, even by being a common car driver. Hi, fellow viewers. You're watching BON. Welcome to share with us these our daily tricks for learning Chinese. My name is Francis Tchiégué, and I'm happy to have you there today so we can share these tricks together. Today we're going to have a very special review program. Review because we're going to take back what we have been seeing during this week. During this week, we came across a lot of new words, and we got used to them. And our vocabulary is getting more and more enriched. So, for instance, we saw in the beginning of the week, we saw the pronunciation of this an in Chinese, an, and also ang, these forms. Let's write it on the board to make it clear. So we said, when you're pronouncing the Chinese pinyin, that means the phonetics, when you meet these, you have different ways to pronounce them. This you pronounce like an, you don't stress on the N, of course. And that like and there too you don't pronounce the G. We had some examples. You see, these are two different words that could be kind of close in the pronunciation. But here, the difference is that this one contains D at the end and this one does not. So, you have fan and fang. You feel? Fan and fang. We saw that to pronounce it for this one, you end with the N, but you don't stress on it. And that you should end with this G. But you cannot say fang. You don't let the G come out. Fang. That will not be right. You should say fang. Fang. It's kind of light, but it exists. It should appear at the same time. And this fan. We also saw other examples like when you say man in Chinese, that means, oh, first let me remind you, fan means food, having meal. Fan, 吃饭, to have meal. 吃饭. So here you say fan, and then fang means like to put somewhere, or to do something, or to give up. Fang, 把笔放下. Fang, to put somewhere. Fang, and here you have also the same case. You don't have any D here, and you have one there. So, man and mang, you see? Mang, that means busy. Ni mang ma? Remember we saw this sentence. Ni mang ma? 我很忙. Ni mang ma? 我不太忙. Mang, are you busy? Not too much. Are you busy? Yes. Nan, that means difficult. 汉语难吗? Is Chinese difficult? 汉语难吗? Nan, that's the word. Nan, and you can reply 汉语不太难. 不难. 不太难. Nan, you see? You say nan, the last N is almost swallowed. Nan. And not nan, but nan. It's also, we can see another new word with this. You also read it nan, exactly like this one. The same pronunciation, but they are just homonyms. We have it in English too. We have this kind of homonyms. So when you say nan, you should put it in a context to let the person understand which nan you're talking about. If not, it's easy to confuse. Just like in English, when you say see C. Which C in English? C could be this, ABC, or it could be this, C, like to say, look at something, C. Or even C, like the sea where you can swim or where you can have a beach. So these are homonyms. You also have it in Chinese, but you read them the same way, but you write them different way. They have different meanings. Nan, this means male, like male and female. Nan, nữ for female, for girls. So we saw this during the week. And you have a lot of expressions like this. You have a lot of these kind of homonyms in Chinese. Sometimes you just need to change the tone to go from one word to another. But sometimes you even keep the same tone, but you get a different word. Let me take another example. You see, this you read it tang, it means soup. And this tang, sugar. Just from one tone to another, you get something completely different. And once again, it lets us review this ang form. Tang, tang. So here, tang is sugar, but you have tan. Tan, that means discussion, to debate, to discuss about something. Tan. So, be careful about the difference of pronunciation. Let me write this. Tan and tang. You feel the difference? Tang, tan. And during this week, we also saw the use of the negation in Chinese. Bu, remember, to say, I will not drink coffee, I prefer tea. 我不想喝咖啡，我不喝咖啡，我不喝. You say 不 right after the personal pronoun. The 不 can change the tone. And there's one point where you should be very careful. We said if 不 is coming before another fourth tone, you read it in this case 不 second tone. For instance, if I ask you, is it true that this thing happens? You can say, no, it's not true. You just say in Chinese, 不对. 不对 means no, it's not true. 不对. You cannot say 不对, because if you say 不对, it means something else. And what does it mean? It means army. It means soldier. It means army. 部队. Let me write it on the board for you. So, here you would say 不吃, you see? 不吃, because the 不 is, because the 吃 is the first tone. So, 不, you say 不吃. 不喝, 不喝, 不吃, 不喝, 不来, 不来. So all those tones, we can also add another one. 不想, sorry. So, in Chinese you would say 不吃 to say I will not eat. 不喝, I will not drink. 不来, I'm not going, I'm not coming. 不来, 不想, 不想. It's also 不. You see, all of them are from from the fourth tone, pu. But if the next word is of the fourth tone too, pu will change to the second. For instance, bu shi. This shi is fourth tone. In this case, pu also becomes, no, sorry, it becomes second tone. So you say bu shi. You see, everywhere we have been saying pu, 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 pu. But here we say pu. You notice that? You cannot say pu shi. No. You say bu shi. It makes it more harmonious. Bu shi. It's the same here. You say bu dui. To mean, no, it's not true. It's not correct. Bu dui means it's not correct. Bu dui. Bu shi. 你是 John 吗？不是，我不是 John， 我是 Francis。不对 means not right. Now, if you say 不对，不对，不对 you feel the difference? 不对 means not correct, but 部队 means army. So, these are words that you can put in any sentence. Just try to make it right. So, and during the week, we also learn something very, very important because it helps us in various aspects of life. How to count from 1 to 10 in Chinese. We also saw it during this week. And we all remember how it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember? Simple. And by knowing this, you can also know how to say the days of the week, the months of the year, and many other things. In the week, you have 星期一, 星期二, 星期三, 星期四, 星期五, 星期六. And the last, 星期天. Very simple too. The month, they are the same. 1月, 2月, 3月, 4月. 5月、6月、7月、8月、9月、10月 then 11月、12月 Next week, we're going to start the new series of programs in which we're going to use all what we have been studying during these last days, put them together, and build more interesting things, more interesting dialogues, and we're going to try to face many life situations and see how to use Chinese to discuss it, to fix the problem. You see? Very interesting. So don't miss the appointment tomorrow on BON. 好了，那我们今天的节目到这就要结束了，感谢您的收看，让我们明天同一个时间不见不散。Well, fellow viewers, that's it for today's program. Let's meet again tomorrow on BON, same time. Take care. 再见，明天见。Au revoir.
说。扁担长，板凳宽，板凳没有扁担长，扁担不如板凳宽。这个扁担绑在板凳上，板凳不让扁担绑在板凳上，这个扁担偏要扁担绑在板凳上。好。
And that, like, and there too you don't pronounce the G. We had some examples. You see, these are two different words that could be kind of close in the pronunciation. But here, the difference is that this one contains D at the end and this one does not. So you have AN and also ANG, these forms. Let's write it on the board to make it clear. So we said, when you're pronouncing the Chinese pinyin, that means the phonetics, when you meet these, you have different ways to pronounce them. This you pronounce like an. You don't stress on the N, of course. Over 5 centuries BC, the great Chinese philosopher Confucius said, 富而可求也，虽直边之事，无以为之. Which means, I would pursue wealth so long as it could be obtained legitimately, even by being a common car driver. Hi, fellow viewers. You're watching BON. Welcome to share with us these our daily tricks for learning Chinese. My name is Francis Tchiégué, and I'm happy to have you there today so we can share these tricks together. Today, we're going to have a very special review program. Review because we're going to take back what we have been seeing during this week. During this week, we came across a lot of new words, and we got used to them. And our vocabulary is getting more and more enriched. So, for instance, we saw in the beginning of the week, we saw the pronunciation of this AN in Chinese.